YouTube. You're live. Let's see that. Hello, everyone. And as you guys come into the room, please let me know if you can hear me. This is my co-star, Pippe Johnson. I know you guys really come for her. So we are also, as people are filing into the room, we are also live on Clubhouse. So I'll mention the reason why we're live on Clubhouse too in just a bit. But yay, we got our first one here. Hello, Miss Carter. How are you? Thank you for coming in. So I'm going to be flowing as if I'm recording this, you guys, because there is going to be a replay. So please let me know if you, I can hear you. Great. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be recording this as if it, was an actual recording, right? Because there is a replay. And I do want to mention before we get started, I'm going to try to keep it to 30 minutes, just out of respect for everyone. So as everybody come in, I just want to outline like how the live is going to go this evening before we get started. Were you able to log in? Hit refresh. 1 second, guys, so we can get this second computer set up. There we go. Now you can join. Nope, right here. Awesome. And we are going to mute the audio because we're right here next to each other. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, that is really, really dark. You have to face towards me. That is really, really dark. I am so sorry that it's so dark. 1 second. Let me move my light up. Okay, so I hope you guys can see me better now. I just moved the light up here. And I hope that is better. But it looks like we have 8 people that is on the live with us today. And as you guys come in, if you can do me a favor, if you can hit that like button for me, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So today's live, let's get into the details. Today's live is about natural hair health. Now, if you are struggling with natural hair, you definitely want to be on this live. I hope you guys got your questions because, hello, Miss Pamela.
Miss Pamela.
Carol's in the building. Carol is one of our moderators in our My Natural Hair Life group on Facebook. So you guys definitely want to join that group if you need daily help. Right? So we're going to be doing these lives once a month. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. Not now. So we're going to be doing these lives once a month. So don't feel like, this is the only live that we're going to do like hair coaching on. So you want to make sure that you set your reminder for the last Saturday in every month if you truly, truly are struggling like with your natural hair. For most of you all who have been like on like a hair coaching call with me, you know that I talk more about mindset versus like technique. We probably spend like 50% of our phone call conversations on mindset and then 50% on the actual technique of like how to like put a regimen together for you, right? So today's live is going to be about natural hair health. I've already mentioned that 3 times. And what I find is that most people fall into 2 categories when it comes to like needing help with their natural hair. One being the lack of knowledge, right? You just don't know what to do, right? And then the other being lack of willingness. And I'm not talking about like being lazy, right? Now, if we identify like that as a problem, I'll definitely direct you into a different path. Maybe natural hair is not right for you. Or if you want to be natural, maybe you should keep like a low cut style, right? But if you're trying to grow long natural hair, you definitely want to take in consideration that takes time, that takes patience, that takes commitment, that takes energy, right? So after we go into those details, because I want to share a little bit about like my story, we are going to do a live Q&A. And I want you all to know, if you are on Clubhouse, follow me at Jheri Johnson, because you can actually come on like the audio version on Clubhouse and ask me your question. That way I can ask follow-up questions, right? It's not like one answer fit like all problems, right? And then there's some situations where people leave out details, right? They say their natural hair is not growing, but you don't get the full story like via text. So if you are on Clubhouse and you're truly serious about like getting help with your natural hair, you definitely want to join me there. I apologize, guys. You definitely want to join me on Clubhouse and come up and ask me your questions via audio live. Now, I do have to be transparent with you all. This audio version of our live is going to go on to my new podcast that I'm starting. And if you're looking for like what I'm going to be named under the podcast, is going to be Jheri Johnson, right? I'm going to keep it plain and simple, but I'll give you guys those details as soon as I get that podcast started, right? And get it rolling. So I say all that to say, if you do come on Clubhouse, right? Or if you ask a question in the chat below and you don't want your name mentioned on the podcast, please let me know. Put do not mention before your question, and I would definitely like respect your privacy, okay? So after the live Q&A, we are going to end with a giveaway, and the giveaway is sponsored by myself, right? I'm going to be giving away, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to be giving away before we get there, because I want y'all to stay. But if you choose to stay for the giveaway, just know that I'm going to be sponsoring my own giveaway. And Sunray Jewelry actually sent us some earrings for you guys. So the first 50 purchases on mynaturalhairlife.com will also receive a free gift from Sunray Jewelry. So I'm going to send a special shout out to I call her Ray, but I want to send a special shout out to Sunray Jewelry and just really thank you for supporting my crew. You guys check her channel out. Once this hits the recording where you watch the replay, right? Once we're done with the live, I'll be sure to link her channel in the description box below for you guys. Okay. So let's see. We have 9 people on our live today, and that is completely fantastic. So I just want to get into like some of like my struggles with natural hair before we get you guys questions rolled in. Okay, so if you do have a question, please type that in the chat box. Again, if you don't want your name listed or mentioned on the podcast, please let us know in parentheses before your question. Do not mention my name so that I can respect your privacy. Okay. So in the beginning, my story, right? In the beginning, I was not always good with natural hair. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know everything. Like I don't. And those things that I don't know, I'll simply tell you, like, I don't know, but I will find out the answer for you. So I am not up here like as a hair guru, as you guys like to call me. I am not up here as no hair doctor. Pipey's laughing in the background.
Yes, she is.
I am not up here, as that person who, has the big head and, what I say goes and everything that I say is right, So if someone has a question and I'm transparent about it and say, I don't know. If you do know the answer to that question, please type that in the chat below. We are all here to like help one another. Okay. So my story in the beginning, I knew nothing about natural hair. Like seriously, the first YouTube video that I've ever watched was about natural hair. I knew nothing about YouTube before I went natural. Seriously, I didn't. Right. And I definitely struggled because I was doing things to my natural hair that I did to my relaxed texture. Right. And those things just didn't work. They didn't work. Right. So that was like my main problem in the beginning. Like I just didn't know what to do. Right now, let me tell you what I struggle with now. And when I say people fall into two categories. This is exactly what I mean. Now that I know what to do with natural hair, sometimes I lack the willingness to complete a wash day, right? And even though I preach to you guys like wash day, wash day, wash day, sometimes I do struggle with completing like my own wash day because I just don't have the energy. And when I say lack of willingness, again, I'm not talking about laziness, right? I'm talking about like when life just hits you, right? And you're stressed and you just don't have the energy to do 3 hours in the bathroom, right? That's what I mean by lack of willingness. So my goal and what holds true to me today is because now that I have the knowledge to know exactly, how to like grow and maintain my natural hair, how to retain length. Now that my hair is like at its healthiest, right? When I have those moments where I'm just stressed out for, lack of better words, right? I just don't have the energy, right? My hair returns the love, right? I can push my wash day, what I call erase and replace. And I say that because you have to be intentional about like pushing your wash day date. It's not something that you do when you feel like it, right? We got to cut that out, like with anything in life, right? But the days that or the weeks that I just do not have the energy to do my wash day, I'm able to like push my day a little bit further because my hair is at its healthiest. It's not going to fall off, right? And I say this to you guys all the time. My hair is at a point now where I can retain moisture for 14 days, a little bit beyond that if, life just really suck at that moment, right? So my goal is to get you guys, while you have the energy now, while you have the willingness now to learn everything about your natural hair, because life is going to hit you. Like that's just, it is what it is. We all have stresses in life. But when you get to that moment in life where you just can't get yourself together, right? You want your hair to be at its healthiest so that it doesn't fall off, right? So that your hard work that you put in, rewards you for not keeping like a weekly routine or a bi-weekly routine, whatever that looks like for you, okay? So that is the two categories we're definitely going to address today. And if I do find that it is laziness, right? I'll be honest with you. And the main response when somebody say, or when I identify that it's laziness, right? Their main response is, I don't have time for my natural hair, right? And let me just say, that is completely fine and understandable. Like, please understand we all have limitations in life, especially with, kids at home and this whole transition to living a new lifestyle, this, new normal, right? That's completely fine. But if you identify that that's the problem, then you may want to take a different route other than trying to aim for like long, luxurious coils, right? Maybe we want to take a different route. Maybe we want to keep your hair short, I don't know. But I see in Clubhouse, I have nobody, and we're going to go to the chat for the questions. But I'll be honest with you guys. I only can help or really help, not only, but really help those that I can go back and forth with via conversation. Anybody knows me that's on this live chat here, when you come to me for a problem, I probably ask you 50 and 1 million questions before I give you a solution, right? Because I don't know what you're doing that you're not telling me. I kind of got to pull it out of you, okay? How many questions do we have currently, sis?
Yeah, right now, none.
Okay, so we don't have any questions right now. So while we're waiting on questions, I want to ask Pippe Johnson, right? Because people know her here on the channel. Like, what was like your number one struggle when it came to like understanding your natural hair?
I didn't understand natural hair at all. That was my number one struggle. To be honest with you, I did not know and I did not care. and I had to care about it in order to want to do it. So
that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And what she's mainly referring to, what I talk about on the channel or in the face group all the time, is you have to take time to invest in learning your natural hair, right? You can't say that. That's with anything. You can't say I want a new job or I want to be able to develop this new skill and leave it at that, right? You have to put work behind learning that new skill. In natural hair, that's all it is. It's a skill, right? You're not going to get it on your first try. You're not going to get it, on your second try. Some of us, we are on our like third big chop. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But if it's something that you really want, you have to put the time behind investing in learning. What would you say that was like different as far as like taking care of your hair or technique wise, that you did differently going natural versus when you wasn't natural? And I feel like my sister was natural for like a long, long time.
I cut my hair all the time.
Yeah, especially before me. So that's why I struggled to say like relaxed texture, because Pippe went natural before I did. And I don't know, how many times did you cut your hair off?
3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 times too. Yeah, yes. She cut her hair 3 times, and it wasn't like a fade, right?
Yes.
And that's how I started too. Right. But what was the one thing that was like that you did that you didn't do, originally to your natural hair that you think helped your growth?
One thing that I definitely did.
My child is coming in. Hi, say hi to the camera, Taylor. I'll be done in a second. Okay, close the door. Okay, I'll be there. She hungry, y'all. So we're not going to be on this laugh long. So what was one thing? Close the door for mama. Thank you, honey. What was the one thing that you think changed like your whole natural hair game for you?
The one thing that definitely changed my whole natural hair is basically, and it's not like doing anything to my hair. It was about caring about my hair, because I love my hair now. I care so much for my hair. I think about my hair 24/7 now.
She definitely do. I mean, there are times when Pippe like just called me and be like, "Thank you,
right?
I appreciate you." You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pippe gets a whole lot of like free products, right? So she don't have to like worry about like finding staples like a lot of you all do, because that is a journey. It's like I've been through that. Right. But she definitely like had to train herself to keep a weekly schedule. Right.
That is so true.
In the beginning, I used to call my sister like, "Hey, you wash your hair?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing? What products you using? And she would say the pink one. And I'll be like, "No, like, go tell me the name on the label. What are you doing?" Right. So yeah, I'm like, y'all don't understand. She said this all the time when we be in a Facebook group. I'm on her, because we're in person. Yeah. But when you're like in the hair coaching program, like I don't have that ability to be like on you weekly, right? Because I allow people to schedule at their convenience, right? But believe me, once we on that phone, we going down a whole list of questions.
You are. You are. The hair guru will not give up.
Absolutely. So what is something that like just one technique you can give these guys that you do now that would say that you definitely think impacted like your growth?
My Bantu knots. I love the Bantu knots. It holds the moisture or something like that. I love that. I love that style. I will walk around in my Bantu knots any day.
Yeah. So I talk about in one video, I see a question from you, beautiful Marsha. I will be there in 1 second, but I see, I talk about a lot of time on the channel where like after you're done with washing and deep conditioning, right, you have to like lock that moisture in your hair. And I'm not just talking about like adding like your sealing products. I'm talking about like keeping your hair in bantu knots or twists for at least 24 hours to allow those products to soak in your hair. You have to understand that when you add like your stylish, your butters, your oils, your leave-in conditioner, right? Those are thicker products, right? So you kind of want to give them time to seep into your strands, because once you just let out your hair, right, you're rubbing that product off on, I don't know, hoodies. You're rubbing that product off on pillowcases. Even though it's satin, like it's still sucking up moisture. You get what I'm saying? It's just less friction, right? So, question, I don't feel like I am knowledgeable enough to take care of my natural hair myself, and I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start to learn. Well, you're in the right place, right? Beautiful Marsha is part of the hair coaching program, and here's the thing: after one phone call, after two phone calls, after three phone calls, right? You're not gonna know everything, right? It took me, I want to say 5 years to fully like learn my hair, right? And I definitely say the first start, like your starting place is trying out stuff on your hair, right? Like you have to make mistakes in order to learn lessons. You have to fall or have setbacks a couple of times to be like, okay, this didn't work. Let's figure out why, right? Your first starting place is simply just trying different things on your hair. Now, I wouldn't say like, follow everybody on the internet. I wouldn't say that, right? But if you watch a number of videos and you kind of hear the same thing over and over, that should set off a light bulb that is working for X amount of people. Why not give it a try or implement it in my regimen? And even the first time after you try something new, don't give up, right? Tweak it if it don't work for you, because you could have just did one simple step wrong and it can make a huge difference for you the next time you try it on, your next wash day, or how often you do your hair. That process, that learning process, takes time, and I want to encourage you guys to continue to look at like knowing and learning like your natural hair as developing a new skill, right? How many times did you get to ride your bike perfectly the first time you rode it? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? You have to hop on there a couple of times. You have to follow a couple of times in order to retain what worked and what didn't work, right? How you should maintain your balance, right? It's the same thing with natural hair. So Carol asks, Pippe, when did you last big chop your hair? Like do a big cut?
It was April 2019.
April 2019,
that
Carol.
was my last big chop.
Yes, good afternoon. Hope you all are doing well. We are, Bonnie. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, Pamela, how do you find the right products for my hair?
Okay, so Pamela asks, how do we find the right products for our natural hair? It can be costly. Absolutely. Yes. And honestly, the only get around with that is keeping the receipt. Now, I encourage you guys all the time, when you go buy natural hair products, not online, but on the ground, check the return policy of the store first. Like, see what their return policy is. That's a better way to say that. And if you can return open products, great. Try it out on your hair. If it doesn't work, return it. Go get your money back. That is the only way that you can prevent like finding your staples from being like costly, right? Now, I'll be honest with you. There are just going to be some products that you cannot return. And mainly those are the products that work that we normally find online. Now, I'm not saying all of them work for everybody, right? But what I am saying is majority of the good products are not sold on the ground, in my opinion, that work for my hair. That's like, my preferences, right? When I do natural hair reviews, a lot of people be asking me, like, why do you buy like expensive products? Why do you buy products that only can be shipped to us, right? Those are the products that I find that work best for my hair, right? And I'm not just going to use any product, right? I want to use products that are going to work for my hair. So when I have those times where Jheri just don't feel like doing wash day, I can push it back, a week or so, and I'll be okay, right? But if I just use any type of product that, the moisture is going to be gone 4 days later, I don't want that, right? I'd rather spend the extra couple of dollars. So when life happens, right, I know that I've invested in myself and then I'm going to be okay. So that long answer, Pamela, right? Check the return policy. Like when you go to the store, see if you can return open products. And if you can, great. If they are normally found on the ground, right? And it is a store that say, hey, you can't return open items. That's okay. Find that product somewhere else where you can. Walmart take open products back. Target takes open products back. That product might not be like a better deal, right? But I'd rather have 100% of my money back than have a product that doesn't work for me that I got 30% off on, right? So just be cautious of that. And again, there are going to be some times where you're just going to have to spend the money. If you see a number of reviews that, hey, it worked for, girls who have similar hair like yours, and you have to kind of take that loss, right? But then think about, okay, well, maybe I can donate this product to another natural and it'll help another life, right? You got to put in some charity work there because you're going to feel really bad when you wasted your money and you got to throw it in the garbage. I don't mind throwing products in the garbage, but that's because I'm at a different place in my journey. But to save on money, definitely check the return policy if you're buying on the ground. And if you are buying online, include charity work. That's all I can say. Like, that's truly all I can say. I love you. Okay. So let's go to the next question.
You're funny.
I do love you. I really, really do. Okay. What's the next question after that?
There weren't too many questions after that.
Okay, at Pamela. Okay, so she says purchase your products from the store, says you can return. Absolutely, sis. Yes. Sally's, Target, Walmart, you can definitely return those. Hello, Miss Tiff. I appreciate you coming. Beauty and 4C, thank you, love, for coming. Natural hair. Okay, natural hair with earlier pregnancy and is my worst experience ever. I don't know what to do with my hair right now. So you have to tell me exactly what problems are you having with your hair? Like, what did the pregnancy do to your natural hair that, you find that are challenges for you? Like, what exactly are you experiencing with your natural hair that's a challenge for you? Because that's a broad statement. I really don't know how to address that question without details. So, or that statement, because I don't think that was a question. Do you think protective styling would help you? When I was pregnant, I did more protective styling. Now, y'all love me, right? Y'all do love me, right? Y'all know I'm going to be honest with you all. So there's a difference between protective styling and damaging styling. And I don't think a lot of people know the difference. I think that a lot of people confuse what a protective style is because we're just so used to certain styles, if that makes sense, right? And it really depends on the style, sis. Like, it really depends on the style, because I'll just say it like this. If the style hurts, right? If it's tight, if it provides or, cause any tension, right, on your scalp, it's probably not a protective style, right? Now, protective styling to me, it's just twists, right? And it's twists for me. Like, I have my hair out now, right? I'm trying to look good for y'all. But when I'm not on camera, my hair are in twists. Like, I can't have my hair out like this because I'm constantly like this, right? How am I protecting my hair when I'm constantly in it? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's not protecting. Where to another queen, she can have her hair out like this and probably not even touch her hair, right? And this can be considered like a protective style for her because she don't have that syndrome of having your hair in your hands in your hair, right? I do. Like, I'm constantly like this off camera, right? So protective styling to me is simply having my hair in twists, put my bonnet on, and that's what it is, right? So it really just depends on like the actual style, because I personally feel, and this is just my opinion, a lot of people call styles protective when they're truly not. That's just my personal opinion. But okay. Hello, Miss Cubs Den. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you so much. I am just going down a list here. Let's see. Everybody's greeting everybody. Oh, that jumped. Shirley Ann, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Blue Jeans Network is here. Let's see. Okay. I had a Beauty in 4C said I had a really hard time then. Okay, I'm pretty sure she's responding to another comment. I'm doing chunky twists, about 16 of them, and I wash my hair monthly as well. Yes. So, and I'm glad you brought that up, Miss Beauty in 4C. When you do have protective styles in, right, a lot of people leave them in longer than they need to, right? And it could start off as a protective style, but end up not protecting your hair because you feel like, okay, I got my hair up and out of sight, it's good, but it's way too long, right? Like, seriously, way too long. And your hair starts to dry out. Your hair, becomes dry. I mean, simply, that's what it is. Simply dry. And here's the thing you have to consider. When you're taking that protective style down, right? Yes, technique matters, right? You definitely want to be gentle, right? But how gentle can you really be with dry hair? Like, it's gonna break. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're like the gentlelessness, whatever, how you say that word, right? If you touch something that's dry, it's going to instantly break just because you're manipulating and, it just doesn't have moisture. So that is, thank you on Beauty in 4C. I appreciate you mentioning that. That's another factor to consider, that the style can start off as protective, but if you keep it in way too long, it ends up becoming a damaging style. I contemplated about going to get braids for a while in my early pregnancy, but I realized that I could lose my hair if it is not protective enough. Absolutely. So I settled for chunky twists. Absolutely. And here's the thing. There are some ladies who I speak with who literally wear like a hair scarf, like all the time, right? And they never show their hair, right? And I found out in this one particular situation that, elderly woman was, I don't want to say she was hiding her hair because I've never seen her hair. I don't know her story or whatever. But I found out that she presses her hair before she put a scarf on. And I'm like, why are you pressing your hair if you never like show your hair? Like, why are you straightening it? Right? So it really just depends on, and wearing a scarf can be a protective style. I say that to say it really depends on like how you are maintaining your hair within that protective style also, in addition to like how long you keep it in your hair, in addition to if the style is like actually, causing damage with tension and stuff like that. So each individual style is different. Hey, Jheri, my hair has so much dandruff and it looks like snow. Like I've gone from products that cost a little to products that cost more, that are more costly, but nothing seems to work and it just dries no matter what I use. So here's the thing. we also have to keep in consideration, and again, guys, I'm going to keep this to 30 minutes in. I know we're already 35 minutes in, but let me answer this question and then I'll jump off so that I am respectful of you guys' time too. It's not only the products that you're using, but how you're using them, right? If you had like a one-on-one coaching call with me, I will ask you, how are you using the product? Like, what exactly are you doing, right? And each individual product has a different use, right? So I have separate videos for like products that I recommend, but I have separate videos on how to use certain products. So it really depends, Miss Johnson. Like, not only the products that you're using, but how you're using those products, right? I've come to find out that people deep condition without covering their hair with a plastic bag, like this deep conditioner is so drying. And you're like, you didn't cover it with anything, right? So I come to also find out that people are using like leave-in conditioners that are just leave-in conditioners as stylers, right? It really just depends. And I'll be the first to say cost does not determine quality. Like, seriously, it doesn't, right? So it really depends, Ms. Johnson, on how you're using those products, how you're wearing your hair after you apply them, right? If you're wearing your hair loose like this and you just apply like your sealing products, they're going to dry out, right? Air is going to be, right? Versus allowing, putting your hair in twists or in bantu knots and allowing those products to like seep into your strands before you let your hair out. Right. So it really just depends. I have a ton of follow-up questions for you. So maybe next live, you can come on Clubhouse and we can go through those questions. So Miss Pamela asks, how important is knowing your porosity, density, etc.? Helpful when buying products. Is it a lot to learn? It is a lot to learn. Yes, it is. It definitely is. So Pamela, I don't know if you know, but you do see a lot of my material on this channel. And I don't come on my YouTube videos saying I'm a high porosity natural, like this works for all high porosity naturals, right? Like, I don't do that for a reason. I want to help everybody, where you're high porosity, low porosity, medium, or, whatever else there is, right? That's why I only stick to hair science, because regardless what you are, the hair science rules apply to everybody. I think it is important to know. I definitely think that. But I think if you're truly having issues like with retaining everything, right? All the natural hair rules, all the rules for high porosity, all the rules for 4C, all the rules for 4A, or low density, high density curls. Just stick to hair science. Just learn hair science, right? And hair science teaches you whether your cuticles lay, flat or, stay open, right? Hair science teaches you how to close and open those cuticles. And then it's your job to know when those cuticles need to be open and when they need to be closed. So that is the reason why I always talk about pH levels, because that is how I take care of my family hair. Pippe is low porosity. I'm high porosity. My kids are normally, Junior Timothy, that you all see on the channel, is high porosity too. But I only go by hair science because I want to benefit everybody, right? And yes, there are different techniques that I use for Pippe hair than I use for my hair versus, my daughter's thin hair. But knowing hair science and how to open and close the cuticle, which is what porosity, teaches you, right? Like, if you're high porosity, okay, because your cuticles stay open, you need to learn how to close them, and vice versa for low porosity, right? But if you just learn that one golden rule of like hair science, then I feel whether you are high or low, and knowing when your cuticles need to be closed or open, you would understand natural hair a lot better. So that is the main reason why I do not talk about or like identify myself as a certain porosity and stick to teaching you guys about like pH levels and stuff like that. How can I lift the side of my head to grow at the same? How can I get the left side of my hair to grow at the same rate as my right side? So here is the thing. There is nothing that you can do, Miss Bonnie, to impact your growth. I'm going to say that again. There is nothing you can do to impact your growth. Your hair is going to grow at the rate is going to grow because that comes from within, right? I think a lot of times people confuse growth with retaining length, right? Your growth starts from within. Like, you can't control that, right? It comes from genetics. It comes from a whole lot of other different factors that, I'll post in the comments below after this recording. But there's nothing you can do to impact your growth. Now, there are certain things you could do to retain your length. And I would definitely say, look at behaviors. Like, we talked about this in the Facebook group. Are you laying on the right side of your head? I'm sorry, you want to grow the left side. Are you laying more on the left side of your head when you sleep? Right? How do you sleep? What is smashing up against, that side that's preventing or not retaining as much length, not preventing growth, but not retaining, as much length. So you definitely want to look at patterns like that in everyday life. And I go into details as far as watch the clothes that you wear, right? I have on a cotton hoodie, right? Notice my ends are rubbing up against this cotton hoodie, right? I cannot be surprised when the ends of my hair dry out faster than my strands up here, right? My child is so hungry. She about to bust down this dope. But I cannot be surprised. Hey, baby cakes. I'm almost done, I promise. I cannot be surprised when the ends of my hair dry out faster because the ends of my hair are rubbing up against this cotton, right? So pay attention to just how you're handling your hair, what your hair rubs up against, the amount of water that you're drinking, right? If you think that it's truly like a growth issue, and again, if you feel like it's a growth issue, you want to consider your overall health versus okay, I can deep condition the left side of my head twice a week in order for that to grow a little bit faster or stay at the same rate as the right side of my head. So how your hair grows is how it's going to grow all the way around. It's nothing that you can do to one side that's not going to happen to the other side. I hope that makes sense. That was such a long answer, Jesus. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me go down because my daughter came in and moved my mouse. Yes, Carol said gently wash and braids before installing them to help with itchy scalp. I'm sure somebody asked that. What is Clubhouse? So Clubhouse is a networking app that you can download and you can network with people via audio, right? People host meetings in there. It's not just for like natural hair, even though you should follow me on Clubhouse. But I'm just saying, you can go on there to learn how to do anything that you can learn on YouTube, like grow a YouTube channel, or you can learn how to save money. You can, connect with people like within a certain niche and get like best practices. It is another networking site that is fairly new to the market, but it's super awesome because it allows you to talk to people that you won't normally like be on the phone with, right, per se. So yes, if you listen to podcasts, it's similar to podcasts. Okay, yes, hair science is important, absolutely. Let's wrap up these last questions here. I need to know hair science. You just have to go through my library. I have a lot of information on there, and I'll shoot you some, Miss Carter, on like once we're off. Taylor, I'll tell her you said hi. I'm at work, so I'm watching and commenting. When I can. But what is Clubhouse? I just seen your question after I answered that. Hello, Mr. Tim. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Well, we are about to end this live. Like, thank you guys for coming. I want to thank Pippe Johnson for being on here with me, sharing your struggles.
Thank you.
And if you guys have any additional questions before, the next Saturday, let me know. You can I encourage you guys to join me on Facebook at mynaturalhairlife.com and ask your questions there, because that is truly the community of naturals who are like on their game every day of the week. Like, seriously, they are. But I'm done. Like, I am done. I don't see no more questions. I'm 46 minutes in, and I said it was going to be 30 minutes. I lied. Which of your videos teach hair science? Okay, I'll definitely come back to the replay once, I post this up. And I will put some links in the description box for you that I talk about hair science, okay? It is time for the giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, are you guys ready for the giveaway? You got to give me a yes, a no, no thank you. Let's get started in the chat. We are going to do a giveaway. I want to thank you guys so much for coming. I don't know if it's the delay on my end, but I don't see any yeses. So we have 16 people here. And I want to send a special thank you to Jackie Naturals. I've seen this giveaway on her channel, and I'm just going to copy it. Like, I'm not going to steal it. I'm going to borrow it, right?
She said that out loud.
I know, right? We are going to do the same giveaway that Jackie Naturals did on her channel. And again, you guys, I am sponsoring the giveaway. So you all have to make note of this website that I am about to put in the chat right now, because whoever wins has to go to that website and let me know what you want. Okay? So, 1 second. Let me know if you guys can see that website there. Maybe I should just put it as a link. Okay. Yes, that's my birthday stone. Okay, I totally missed what you were saying there, Miss Pamela. I don't know. Okay, great. So you guys see the website there. So whoever wins, right, is going to have to just go to that website and let me know what t-shirt you want me to ship you for free in the color and your size, okay? So you have to add, oh, I knew that, sis. 1 second. 1 second. Let me make it shareable. Give me 1 second. I got to add the HTTP. Thank you, sis. And boom. Okay, yep, it looks good now. Jackie is awesome. She is awesome. She really is. So if you guys go to Jackie Naturals channel, tell her I sent you, tell her I said hello and all that good stuff. So whoever wins gets a free t-shirt from me. It could be any shirt that you want on the website. Now, hear me. It has to be a t-shirt. Don't email me that you want a hoodie, right? It has to be a t-shirt. Email me your size and your color. Okay, so this is how the giveaway is about to go. I'm going to allow Pippe Johnson to write down one number, and you guys are going to have to guess the number that she write down, okay? So everybody, not right now, but when I say go, right? Everybody's going to pick a number from 1 through 30, right? She's going to write down a number from 1 through 30. And then the first person to type that number in the chat is going to win a free t-shirt from me. Now, I do want to say again, special thanks to Sunray Jewelry for the first 50 purchases off that website. You guys will be getting some free stud earrings, which is really, really pretty. Don't worry, your information will not be shared with Sunray Jewelry. It's just like a thank you from her for rocking with your girls. So I really appreciate her. And I will also leave Sunray Jewelry in the description box below. So you guys go over there and show some love. Say thank you. I appreciate you sponsoring the giveaway. Sponsoring Jheri on her channel. So are you guys ready? 1 through 30. A number 1 through 30. Don't put no numbers in yet. But the first person who guesses what pipe you write on her sheet of paper will win a free t-shirt. Okay? Okay. So you got to write a number down. You can't show them.
Okay.
Okay. I see it. Okay. So Pipey has written a number down on the chat, on the piece of paper, And go. Number 1 through 30. You guys guess what she wrote down. And then the person who gets the right answer first will win the free t-shirt. And while you guys are doing that, and that's coming in, I just want to say truly thank you for rocking with your girl. Again, come back to the replay and I will link some videos in the description box. I don't see the number yet.
Almost.
Well, almost, guys. But I don't see the number yet. But come back to the replay so that you guys can check out those videos. I'll link below about natural hair science. Okay. Nope. The number has not came in yet. Keep coming with your guesses. Keep coming with your guesses. The number has not popped up yet. But I tell you, somebody is really, 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 really close. All right. Nope. 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 Number 1 through 30. Come on, keep on coming with your guesses. Nope. Oh! Beautiful Marsha hit it. We got a winner.
She got it.
Don't hear Pipey announce the winner. Marsha Carter. So all you have to do is go to the website. Let me know what you want, Miss Beautiful Carter, and let me know your size, and I will ship out that shirt to you. Okay. Let me type in the chat who the winner is.
She said, yay.
And this was the number, guys. I don't know if y'all can see that. It is 20. 20 is the number, so y'all know I didn't cheat. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And again, next month we will be doing another live. So bring your questions and let me know like what I can help you with. Plain and simple. I want to thank you guys for coming today, and you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Thank y'all. See y'all later.
Bye. Oh, I got to do it right.
Okay.
Bye.
That's cool, Jheri. That's cool.